Center,
Yes.
that's all coming out.
It's all what?
The waterfall and all that is all coming out eventually.
Is there plans?
There are no plans yet, but that was the plan for the plans. Is the,
I would love to see a waterfall there, but it's coming out.
well, I should take it back. We do have, there is an artist rendering and there's a fountain in the middle. There's the pond or the waterfall that's there in front comes out, and then there's one side comes up around and there's a stairway. The other side comes up around and it's an ADA access. And then there's it's just a draft so far, so it's not set in stone, the plan, but there's a lot of say architectural opportunities for seating and gathering and that kind of thing, all up in the whole approach to the convention center. And there's a fountain proposed in the middle of all of that.
What were you thinking?
Well, back in 1976, we had a bicentennial project, and my class made a statue of Ishi out of a totem pole, or a pole. And it was over in the Butte County Office of Education complex, but we didn't treat it. It just kind of rotted and is gone. So it's always been I'd like to see that replaced with another monument to this Native American that just wanted to live, not process the land for profit or anything, just wanted to live. So it's a story, that's ingrained in our community's history. And we do have a proposal for that, but we don't have funds for it, so. But other ideas besides, or? Misty?
So I've been going to Napa every year. They do a light parade type thing, and it runs like a whole month. And they have different they'll have structures that come in. Some of them are from I forget what it's called, but they do different. So if we had like a platform that you can just do different art can come in there sometimes, and it can stay like a platform so that people can show their art, and it's not like there all the time. And then they have along the river, they have a bunch of different art places you can visit, and I thought it'd be nice to have like along that river, like behind the municipal, like if we had something like that stayed all the time, but then we could also have like people's art that comes
Or
and
exhibitions
goes,
and stuff?
like exhibitions, or it would like leave, or even if we had like you said seating, like if there was an area in there, like we closed off that road that goes down leading up to that, if it was like a platform like for like art that could come and go, but if there was seating and like more food outside where we could actually be sitting out there and hanging out, I don't know.
Well, kind of like Riverbend Park, right? I mean, they have the theater there, but it's just the lawn.
No one uses it, yeah. Or they do.
Well, Bedrock doesn't Bedrock have some seating and?
Not anymore.
Oh, they took it out.
They took all that out. There was too
Yeah.
much homeless
Oh.
issues going on.
But then like if there was still a thing, like the Christmas tree was amazing right there.
It was,
So
huh?
like last year they had like this sculptural head that it lit up at night and you could climb into it. I took pictures, it was really cool. And then this year they did kind of like a lit up like angel thing. And they have it like on, I think they rent it for like a couple months or something. And then they bring in other art. I know that's kind of big,
Well, we do have the light parade, but I mean, this would be something similar to,
but it would like be all month long, kind of. Like you kind
But
of see those.
just for December, or?
So they do it like from I think January like 18th to like they're taking it down coming up February. So you guys could still go down there. It's like a 2-hour drive. So go check it out. I don't know.
well, any other ideas? I mean, they're all, sounds really,
I'm thinking of something that wouldn't be matching or too similar to, but maybe something that could complement that area, so when the lights are on the bridge, it will feel like a flow, you know, it's like, here's the center of our town, here's our event center, and then you look just a little bit further off, and there's, you know, this bridge with these beautiful lights, and it's this historic thing. I wonder if there's something like what Misty's describing, maybe something that isn't, that flows a little bit, that doesn't always have to be the same thing, but, you know, kind of highlights and complements the lights on the bridge that are gonna be such a big part of town. Maybe depending on a holiday or a season or what, or an event or what's going on in town, maybe we could have some flexibility with a stationary thing, you know? 'Cause that is kind of an eye-catching area. It would be nice to think that people would be drawn to whatever is representing what's going on in town at that particular time. You know, like tourists probably would look to an area like that, like, well, what is going on around here? What is there to do? Or what are they celebrating this month? Or, you
Yeah,
know?
like when we were down there, one of the stops is like a Chinese dragon. Like you guys had the dragon. Like so we could stop
Okay.
by and see that, and it's all lit up.
Yeah.
It was fun, but
So like a walk of lights or something?
Oh, that could be nice.
like they had like a big sculpture of a truck, and it's like an old looking truck, and then they had the windows like blocked out completely, and it looked like it was filled with water, and there's different art like and it's
Bubbling through
just
it.
the windows are like lights and like movies. It looks like there's fish in there, and but it doesn't stay there forever, you know. It's just
So you can just be in a downtown area walking, but there's something very visual and interesting to pay attention
Some
to.
kind of visual art.
and
I
then-
feel like,
Sounds really cool.
if it's okay if I interject, that this is a topic now that's not on the agenda, that now we're talking about a rotating art program, which does sound pretty great. Maybe we should agendize that for the next meeting, and then so we can have a serious discussion and have an outcome from that.
Can I ask, can we clarify, are we forwarding our NOFA balance? And is this also incorporating the 2024 NOFA funding coming in? Or do we have a number that we're working with at
We
this
do,
point
and-
before we start?
We
having
do,
some
and that,
amazing ideas?
yeah, that's what, I think I had, Chair Tamori had asked to put this on the agenda, but I was going to also. We do have, so in the past, it appears that there was something that the city had, or the commission had in mind for an art project, and money was put aside for that, but nobody knows what that is. So, so it's been, I've noticed that it was on the agenda for the past several meetings, that there's this $50,000, it's been sort of like as an earmark or a placeholder, but I can't find anyone that knows what that is. So we actually have $143,000 that we could put towards public art. And one of the things that I was thinking that I noticed in the last time, and this is just part of, say, staff recommendation almost, is that some of the art that was being proposed was on private buildings, which takes away the ability for the city to guarantee, or the public to guarantee that that stays there forever. That, you know, like what's to keep the person, like this building behind us, from painting over the trains, you know, or the one that came to us before, it was 3 big murals on the side of a private building. So if that person sells it, then what happens to our public art? So one of the things I was thinking is that we do look at where the art would go, so that it stays preserved as public art. And then the other thing too is that maybe the commission could look at some guidelines for the future. I don't have anything to recommend today, but if you want to have to me explore this, I can start to write up some guidelines, come back to the next meeting with some guidelines for how they might go. So one of the proposals had been to put some sculptural pieces in the roundabout, And so from a safety standpoint, from traffic standpoint, we don't really want that. You know, there's some, it's a little bit dangerous going through the roundabouts as they are, even though they are better than a traffic stop, but it still can be confusing. We don't want anyone distracted by a nice
Shiny.
art piece. Exactly,
Nice shiny
right.
eagle.
Right.
Yeah.
There are some places where you could do that, where you could have something big that sits in the middle of the roundabout that you see from a distance as you're approaching, but then I think you have to be really careful about what that might be to make sure that it's not, say, gaudy, or, you know, that it doesn't look, that it looks nice and appropriate, you know. So we might look at doing some guidelines for what people would propose, and then, so this is just basically the reason that I wanted to have this on the agenda, to talk about, like, sort of open up that discussion, and then also to look at when we might put out the next NOFA, because there is funding available. We don't have to do one right now. We could still wait. We could wait for the guidelines, and you could wait for more money to come in. It'd be up to the commission here to say when the NOFA goes out. Yes, ma'am.
So I feel like we haven't really got to talk about the murals. I think we voted a couple times ago that half the money would go to murals and then 40 grand would go to sculptures. But I feel like some of the murals we have downtown are just like too close together, and they don't really go together. But I'm still open to having murals. I still want.
I wasn't, sorry, and I wasn't saying that we wouldn't have murals. I was more saying about the placement of the murals and some sort of mechanism to ensure that the murals stay there for a long time. I mean, murals atrophy over time, so they do, you know, they're painted over, or you hire the original artist to come back and paint it again. I've seen that before, but there are, so it wouldn't be the same as if you hung a sculpture on the side of a wall of a private building, because you do expect that the mural will fade and go away at some point. But you do still want to get some longevity out of your public art. So I'm kind of putting out the idea that maybe we kind of memorialize how it might be, but I'm not invested in the outcome of that.
Would you want to have a committee, a couple of our commission members to work with you on
I think
that?
that'd be good.
Is anybody interested in,
I'll help out with that.
okay,
Sure.
and I would be too, if no one else. So we'll set up
Okay.
a time to work together and,
Yeah, sounds good.
okay, come up with some guidelines.
So we have 2 months to
2 months, all right.
bring that home. Yeah, and we do have a speaker on this item also when you're ready for that.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Erin Lackey.
Ta-da.
Hi,
Hi.
my name's Erin Lackey. I own Erin Lackey Photography, and I am here today. I just part of this discussion. Should you decide to release a notice of available funding, I do have a mural that I would like with an artist in mind and a location. It is a private building that we do own, but I guess I was under the understanding that when I spoke, I don't even know when it was, but a couple years ago about this topic, the Arts Commission was having trouble finding building owners that were allowing artists to put their work on the buildings. And so I was coming here with that offer, if you will. I have a building. I would love a mural on it. And whatever guidelines are produced, I would adhere to all of those. So you have a space and someone who's willing.
Okay,
That's
thank
it.
you.
All right.
Erin, where is your building?
Uh, 1447 Huntoon Street, So kind of it's one of the one-way streets. So as you come down, you'd be able to see how I'm envisioning it. And actually, I've been working with the artist to help envision this too, is to have it, you would see California wildflowers as you come down Huntoon, and then on the front of the building front as well. Something California wildflowers, and he's really excited about doing something like that, so. Caesar1 is his Instagram handle. It is Jedrick Spear, and he's done the Love mural in Chico, the Calscape mural. He's done the Roars mural on, where is it? Yes, Nelson. And then most recently on the Wings mural on Sierra Avenue, and then their Sierra Avenue sign.
Sierra Avenue School? Or?
Sierra Avenue School, yes.
Oh, there's a Wings mural in town.
There is some wings,
I was
yes.
thinking we needed a Wings mural
We need
somewhere.
like a
Selfie.
photo op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's two wings murals actually. There's one on the inside of Early Bird Donuts as well. I don't know if you've been in there,
Oh.
but it's anyway. There's wings there, and then the Thunderbird wings on this.
Oh.
The one I'm proposing would have some sort of interactive element, smaller. So we were thinking like a butterfly that somebody could hold, but the bigger part would be really bringing attention to the wildflowers that bloom in this area.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, so we're gonna have a little committee work on the,
Guidelines.
yeah. Any other comments on that, Nadofa? Maybe another idea is the bike trail along the river, maybe having some sculptural things that are tied down so no one can take them. Corvallis, Oregon had these kind of interesting posts in there around the town. You just walked around and they were all similar, like, kind of reminded me of like horse posts, but they were just sculptural. I mean, that's an idea.
In Napa, I saw a big fish like that. I took a video for you guys, but it's spinning.
Oh,
Like over a fountain.
Yeah.
But it was just like very secured. I'm like, ooh, we need to look at, but it was kind of cool.
so, yeah, keep the ideas coming, and, okay, so Andy and I are open to input, and then we'll meet with Patrick and see what we come up with.
Sounds good.
All right, so, commissioner reports, this is the time when, if you have something you want to talk about. See, that was when,
There was one other idea that just keeps popping in my head. So when you're like coming into town, there's like to go to Thermalito, there's that little bridge. There's like a mound up hill like over by the dog park, and it's just like blank. And I thought if someone had a big sculptural idea, it would be off, you know, you would see it when you're coming into town kind of, or if you're going to across the bridge to Thermalito. You would see it like
So
there's
there's-
just like rock sitting there, and it's just like a big platform kind of. But if anyone ever,
well, there's a location we got to list out.
yeah, I don't know. I just thought it would be cool if you're coming into town, you go, oh, we're in Oroville because I saw that big sculpture right there. I don't know.
Good ideas.
So just, we're still doing the nature wall mosaics at the studio and, brushstrokes, and we're up to about 20, so we're gonna keep on working on them and moving right along. So stop in, glue some tiles down.
Yeah, and people can even draw up their own idea for a design for a mosaic.
Yeah, it's all nature, no, nothing else, and, yeah. 18 inches high and 6 feet long, so.
I'm sorry, who's the guy who's doing the murals? The rain?
Dan,
Dan, right. Didn't he say that he has a plan for the murals to kind of go down the road in the same order that the cities are, that the river runs through? The murals sort of represent the topography or something like that.
him talk about that. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would be, I mean, I'm trying to picture it, but they're kind of random.
Are they?
I mean, sort of, different colors and, I mean, fish are going that way and fish are going that way. It's- They're all going different ways, but I wonder what the theme would be. We haven't got there yet, but,
All right.
then the staff reports?
I just have the one, I don't know if you've seen these or not. These are the QR codes that'll be going.
Oh, that's what, yeah.
That looks
Right,
great.
so I'm working with one of our staff members and Tyson to build the webpage for these. So, yes, the way that it'll work is, these are all the same QR code. So if someone goes to the QR code, if they see this plaque someplace, then they will, and they want to know more about that piece, they'll go to the QR code, and then it'll jump them to, or there'll be the whole list of all the pieces, and then they'll click on the one they want, and it'll jump them down to that description. There'll be pictures and all that on the website as well. So, I didn't put this on, I meant to do this I purposely did this for staff comments, but I realized that actually I would like direction for how we mount these when they're sculpturals. So if it's on a wall, we'll paste it to the wall. But then if it's in a sculpture, and I know now you can't tell me because it's not agendized, but if you were, what I was thinking is that we might put them on a little post like you
Post.
see at a botanic gardens type of thing where they're just beveled just a little bit, so it'll sit on there.
So, we're gonna do that for all our NOFA-approved artworks. And if we have any other older works, can we also include maybe some history in that, or if we could find it?
We have several of these little plaques, so I think we can distribute them out until we're out of plaques, and then we'll order more if we need to.
Yeah, well, I mean, what, is the commission in favor of possibly researching some of the murals that we have and putting plaques on those to recognize those artists, or?
How about if we come back to the next meeting, and I'll bring the list of what we have. I'll bring and I'll put a number for each one of these plaques. And then if we have more, then we can look at adding more or if you'd like more, to put more in, we can do that.
Okay,
Does that sound okay?
yeah, that sounds
Okay.
good.
Because I'm
Yes.
gonna have to order the little stands and figure out how we're gonna mount those and all that. In fact, maybe some of this $143,000 could go to pay for that as well.
Does
So-
that sound good?
So I'll bring all of this back to the next meeting.
Okay, great.
Good, those are great.
Anything else? We're all good? Have a new visitor? Hello?
Sorry, I get as I was on, I'm here.
Oh,
Oh, for,
You used to coach wrestling?
yeah, guilty.
Yeah.
Gotta see, were you a wrestler or?
Yeah, I helped out with Chico High.
Oh, okay.
Head coach for Martin Goodwill.
Yeah, I'll talk to you after. Okay, well, if there's no other business, then we're gonna go ahead and adjourn. And thank you very much, and Aaron, thank you for your input. You got a picture, right? So,